Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Samuel Durbids, or Samuel Loomis Newly Awakened. I've been doing a couple of videos, recordings, and those are going to be posted after this one, but they're the last connected videos after all the chapters are read. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a reverse of all of the video recordings for each chapter and the summing of my vision board and how to bless, and this is just one version of how to bless. I have different ways to do it, but I felt one of the best to explain in a video, but I'm going to do other ones where you breathe and you just have hope and belief that it already is. Now, with the technology that I have, it's taken me a very long time to put all these together, and I was hoping I'd get them done by February, but I did actually read most of the chapters. I got done by the 1st or 2nd of March anyway, but now I got to put all the videos together and I got to upload them, and it may take a whole day for each video to upload to the slideshow setup that I have, because some of the videos are between an hour and like 5 hours long. Now, I know the sketch video, which I was not planning on it being as long as it was, went to almost 5 hours long because of explaining each sketch and then talking about commentary about things that I was thinking of as I was talking about those sketches and bringing up other information. Plus, I don't know if I brought up the idea about the werewolf story. I might have that in here somewhere, but if I don't, there was a werewolf scenario where I had a dream, and here in Utah there's a place called Skinwalker Ranch. I've never been there, but I had a feeling or a dream as if I may have went near there one time driving up there, and I had some kind of dream, and I woke up out of the dream and I had a cut where I would have been scratched by the creature in some weird, cool, like bathroom shower type place that maybe a campground might have, or some kind of hybrid looking in the dream, where there was a porcelain tub with a shower thing you could stand in or whatever, and then in one of the room, and then other stuff for camper or someone that I guess maybe you rent that out or you go in there, and that's you can go in there while you're at the campground or at the place there doing whatever you're doing there, and so for some reason, and I don't know if there's anything like this, but it was interesting in that dream. And then I had some issue where I had someone scratch or whatever, but I had other experiences where I saw the future events, and I think I brought this up in that 4-hour recording, possibly, but I do know that there was a lot of experiences that were really strange and really weird, and just a lot of entertaining things, and but I woke up and the scar was there, and or whatever, if that experience happened for reals, and I never ever saw it on that right arm, and that right arm doesn't fully extend, but I still have that scar that's right there for where it would have been. But then I had a feeling when I called my parents and told them about that strange story or whatever, I had a feeling that maybe they are connected to FBI or connected people. I've had dreams about that, and it made me wonder, and I was told by the higher form in 2017 about a whole bunch of stuff, and that my family is in fact involved. Some of them are, even if they don't know they are, but some of them kind of do, from what I was told, or they suspect, and they actually caused some of the things that happened to me in my life, or control, or allowing me to be in these projects, and they're getting paid for it, or were, and to be careful of my family. I had dreams of be careful of your family, which I never like to doubt my family. It's very horrible about my mom and dad or other people that have been there for me. I question about those that have chosen to act like they're there for me, but then do the opposite many times. And so I wouldn't not suspect them, but I don't want to. I care about all of them, regardless who is and who isn't. I don't want to think about somebody being something that they may not be without some form of acknowledgement or proof. But I was told by this higher form that there is something going on and that the families are involved, to forgive them and love them and not worry, but to stand up against it and let people know the truth and your feelings and awareness. And so that's what I did. Tell my story, let people know about this, give them the chance to choose and to change and do the right thing. Even if they don't tell me, they can still do the right thing by being there for me and correcting what they've done, if they are part of it. And if they're not, then what they can do is to bless away those who are part of it and doing it, and the deceit by trusting and healing and being there for me through prayer, if they can't be there in person or if we can't be there for each other in person. So there was a lot of cool things that I learned and experienced. I became organic vegan. I followed a lot of things. And during this time, I was doing organic vegan stuff. And so when I woke up from this dream after seeing this huge wolf that was grayish color, hair and all of this, and I don't know, but it seemed very human-like. And it was very big. It was a werewolf, basically, and it was probably the size similar to the movie Cursed, but it was more of a silver color hair. It looked more realistic than what they show in that show, but the show was pretty realistic. But it was not as dark. It was more grayish, like almost like a regular wolf hair would be, or whatever, gray. But yeah, anyway, just the person went and, or the being or whatever they were, was stalking me in that bathroom thing. And then I went into the tub, and then I got out of the tub, and I got into the tub to hide, and then it knew that I was there. It could read my thoughts or feelings or smell, and then it had some extra sensory abilities, and then it just acted like it didn't know, but I knew, and so I walked up. It was going to come at me, and so I wrapped it around the curtains that were around that tub as it jumped at me. It was a big one. I don't know how I avoided it and had it do that, but somehow I was able to do that, and it jumped and got wrapped into the wall. But then I got to the door to get out of that bathroom, almost like a campground bathroom, stone, combination of different ones that I've been to at parks, at regular parks, in Layton and in Centerville, and they have bathroom places where they're like basically stone cement made ones, and the bathrooms are somewhat decent for outdoor bathrooms, and so, but I've never seen a shower or a bath in there, so it must have been a specialized one. But I realized I had the same car that I have now, or one that I used to have, so I don't know, but it seemed like it was the one I have now, or had recently now. And what was really interesting is that circumstance with it showed me something that I never thought I would ever see. I saw something that really threw me off. It was really amazing and really cool. At the same time, it was really scary. And what it was I saw a particular individual, or individuals that I've seen in other dreams. A boy with dark brown hair, almost black, and a blonde. And these boys seemed to follow me in those dreams, and I found out they were agents later. That they were connected to agents or people spying, or maybe using some kind of ability to be within those experiences that I experienced. Astral projecting in there, but being as if there were people within each circumstance wherever I jump to. So I don't know or wake up and remember. So almost like they are spies spying on me, but I didn't know who these individuals are, but I realized that they were agently connected. But I've never really seen them before or known them, but they act like they are relatives, like grandchildren of mine, even though I'm not even married. I'm too young to even have any grandchildren, or even any children right now. Like, any children I would have would be after I meet someone to have children with. So there's no way. So, it would be very interesting, but I'm 35, so I only ever had an experience with one girl, but that girl never had any children with me, so that I'm aware of, unless she lied when we broke up, but about being pregnant when she wasn't, which I found out later I don't think she ever was. If she did, I had a dream of her maybe having an abortion secretly and then finding out, but I don't know if she would ever have had. I know she was on medicine and stuff that stopped her from being even able to have any because of her bipolar disorder. I found out she had later, that she lied about not having it, that I wondered about, and she had mood swings and suicidal tendencies, and I felt bad, and she begged me to stay with her in a relationship because of her suicidal tendencies and all these different things that I dealt with. That was a long time ago. So I went through a lot of emotional turmoil issues in life that my family, I tried telling a lot of them, but none of them really knew what I went through. Maybe they went through similar stuff, but everybody thinks that what they go through is worse than what others go through. But we all both go through similar things, but no one's really, in my family, really dealt with having as many broken bones and issues as I've had. And to have a fracture and gap dislocation that happens and that you feel in your lower back a lot, almost every day if you move around or do things too much. So I learned some pretty impressive things growing up. And so in this recording, I wanted to sum up and say that after I had that experience of that wolf, I woke up and I noticed that the scar, it scratched like it was healing really fast. And then it healed really fast when I woke up and saw it. The dream was not a dream. It was something where this thing scratched me as I moved my arm out of the doorway, just barely got it. And but with like a grin smile, like it was slowly, could have done it to me sooner, but chose to do it at that point. And then I got out, and it was just playing with me, is what it was doing, making me think like I was winning, and it was really just playing around. So I walked, I saw these kids, I said, don't go in there, because there was a big werewolf or wolf in there. I know it's strange, but look, I got scratched or bit or whatever. Well, I noticed this dream was during a double blue moon, and I was also watching Teen Wolf. So it's really interesting that when this happened, I was watching Teen Wolf around the same time, but then having this psychedelic thing happen around a double blue moon, come on. And it was around March or April. And then my body system started to heal and straighten up in x-rays. And I told this to the doctor jokingly about the dream. And they're like, oh, well, tell me who this werewolf, the name of that werewolf, and I'll send my patients to get it, to buy it. And I'm like, no, I don't want that for that. But we laughed. And they've told me other times. So that's what happened. And, but it was probably because of organic foods. Either way, it helped me a ton. But I wondered, I was scared and concerned if I'm turning into a werewolf, or am a werewolf now. I told my mom or others, or mom, about the weird dream or experience. And then at the time, when we were still communicating, she thought that was strange. And so I feel like maybe they cured me from it, because I haven't felt amazing like I did at that time of the straightening and things as much, but I still am. And so part of me wonders, okay, what, am I still infected as a werewolf? If that's even a thing, or whatever. Still, I keep an open mind because of all the weird experiences I've had. But that happened after I wrote my book. Okay, so this was going to be part of the second book that I would do later, talking about this. So I'm telling it now to let you know that I don't know if I'll ever write any of these experiences, but I do know that there are more things. So all the lores we think are lores could be just subjects that ET, a humanoid extraterrestrial, created us to be, and the moon causes those effects from their tech to make us turn into these hybrid type creatures or beings. And skinwalkers could be those wearing skin over what they really are, to hide their real forms. Reptilians, whatever beings they are considered skinwalkers. And so Skinwalker Rants is connected to Native American culture of lore, knowing that there are those that took upon human form. And then you can tell because they stitch themselves back together or do some kind of special technology to wear the skin to make it seem like they're there, but you'll see the scars in certain places of their neck or other places showing you that they're not human, but they're usually going to be on them pretty good. And now those are skinwalkers. Now the other is tech being used to look human. And so that doesn't generally malfunction, but they've found ways to probably do better. And some of them don't shake people's hands, or they choose not to do any of that, because if someone touched them or did something a certain way, it would cause their malfunction. If they hit it right or did something, it might show their true form. But then they can stop them right there if they do, and then make them seem like it's a dream at that experience. So they have tech to do that. But when you see them fully, who they are, what they are, they can all of a sudden take you from seeing what they saw. But I think there's consistencies that when they're seen, wherever they are when they're seen, they can't be in your area anymore. They can't mess with you. They can't be around you anymore, because you'll be able to out them. You'll be able to say, I see you. I know that it's you. I know you were the one. I know you came and did that. I know you're part of that. And there will be some that will try to deny and that they'll stick around because there's no way that they would ever know or whatever, but most won't. So that's the thing with the situation, is that's how this works. So I want you to be aware that anybody around you, friend, neighbor, whatever, could be one of these skinwalkers, they say. Now, I'm not saying that's true or false. I'm saying you decide for yourself. Just be safe. Don't be frightened about it all. Don't do anything stupid. Just be smart, because you are smart. And while I recommend meditation and prayer, and you can reach out to me. You can tell me your story if you want me to let people know about your story, or you can just talk to me about it. And what we can do is we can manifest the desired focus that you would prefer rather than what you're dealing with. So that even if these individuals are around, which I don't doubt it, you can actually create a better reality for yourself. And that if there is some issue that's happened to you or is dealing with you, you can find ways to control it through belief that it's controlled, or keeping yourself safe, or getting to a place where you can be for you, where you don't have to be around people and be controlled by people. So that's how this works. So I'm going to tell you right now, my future recordings right now that you're going to now see, this is the first one that I've posted, which is the last recording after I've written the whole book, to sum up that there is more stories out there and more things that I've witnessed and done. Now, I don't really have a lot of questions for secret government workers or anything like that. The only thing that I stand by is the golden rules is the only rules. That's what I stand by. That's the thing you've been seeing this whole recording, is that and then the book. You saw the book, and then you saw this mostly, and then the book. And so I did this at the beginning, and maybe in the middle, and then at the end. But at least the beginning and the end, but after the book being shown. And then, yeah, so that you can see it. And this one is a really cool thing because it's basically talking about all the religions coming together. This is my focus. This is what I know we can create things in by our thoughts, our feelings, and appreciating all life and all people, regardless of our flaws and our situations of life that we deal with. So I forgive everybody, and I love everybody, and I trust that we can be better. We've all dealt with certain things, and with me, I broke 13 bones in my first year of life. I had a lot of other things happen. I've had family misinterpreted me a lot, but then I misinterpreted them a lot, and so we all just get confused. But all I care about is I want solutions. I want to let's actually pray and meditate is my solution. Their solution is different, but my solution is what helped me and saved my life. When a lot of the other people's solutions may have been good solutions to them, but I've already tried those and they didn't work. And the problem is it makes them hurt when I say that, because they don't like hearing that I've already done it and tried those different things in the way, and they say, you just didn't do it enough. And I said, I didn't enough. I caused a lot of pain doing it, a lot of problems and health problems and issues, and that's why I don't do it, because I learned what it was doing. And I'm very thorough about things, and I take things slow when I do that. So I did it for a pretty good amount of time for me to recognize it. And then I prayed and thought of it and tried to say, is this really what I should be doing? And then I felt, no, do this. And I got drawn to Theta Wellness on a commercial, go do that. And then they even agreed to me to go to do that. They even agreed that I should do those things that helped me. But then they said I was deceived after they know it helped me. Then they said I was deceived by that experience, or I was this or that. And I'm like, no, actually it helped me a ton. So I realized that a lot of the things in my family are saying aren't my full family, because my full family wouldn't be playing two different sides. They wouldn't be saying one thing and then doing another later. And I've dealt that my whole life, where it's soon that they're with you and then they're not with you. Then they're with you and then they aren't with you. And I wonder if my family has multiple mental situation problems. And I know that I did with eating the foods that they eat. So I'm wondering if maybe the foods that are messing with them, because they were messing with me, and then also the church that they're in was messing with me, causing me to be focused in a certain way. And I'm wondering if they're doing the same to them. And I don't doubt it, because it does say it in their agreements that they do that to their members. And they allow those controlled systems to be affecting them more. So I learned what I can do to be better and to forgive and to love all, and not hate them for their choices and decisions of that. Plus, I don't want to focus on whose fault it is or what. All I want to do is manifest reality. So what I would prefer to do is put judgments aside, forgive, put those things, do what we can. It doesn't mean I ignore them and not be aware of them. It just means I say, let's just manifest and let's do this technique. So these videos you're about to see are the end of after I've read all the chapters about how I do that. I will make some future videos on how to do it a little bit simpler in different forms when I'm ready to do those things. And people can request me to do videos for them and their family. I don't need to say who your family is if you don't want me to. But if you email me and tell me to do that, I'm going to say, would you like me to put their names in the video? Mention them. Do you want first and last name? And I will do my best to be thorough, because I care about being thorough. And then I will keep the emails and for my record. And I'll do screenshots and I'll keep the emails. And I will do that for my safety and for theirs. or so that we can agree that what the other desires and wants. Because as a minister, I need to have safety precautions as my own minister, not under any church of any kind, but under my own belief faith. But I believe we're all equally each other's lifetimes, so I respect my boundaries and I respect theirs to a degree, but I have to be safe for me when I don't know the individual. Even if I know the individuals, I've had individuals be my friend and then give up on me. So it's hard for me to really know what people are going to do anymore. Because with all the systems that are in place, and the secret government systems can control pretty much anybody, I haven't found one person yet that I feel isn't fully being controlled in some way. Now, when it comes to one person, I have one person that I do trust to a degree, where I care about the individual, where I don't feel like I need to record anything around them. And probably another one I've done it once with, just to see how it would go. And I felt good about being around them, and I didn't feel like I needed to record them. But I'm not going to say who these individuals are. There is a friend and a brother, or some other times that I haven't done that with. Actually two. Because I don't feel like I need to around them. I feel safe, I feel okay, I feel amazing, they're good brothers, they're good family. They've treated me decently when I've gone to shows and stuff with, but there are other brothers that have played tricks on me and have recorded me, or taken recordings that I've done and voicemail and then changed them and altered them. So that's the reason why I've had to do that. And then I've also been accused of things by other people that I now, wherever I go, if I'm associating with them or others, I have proof of all interaction with the individuals, so that they don't play that game with me, so they don't mess with me and say otherwise. So I'm done playing the games of other people's choices and decisions. I'm done playing those situations of life, and I have tons of proof that I can just show everybody all of those situations and let them be aware of this. But I do know that in my heart and in my soul that there are people out there that misjudge or misinterpret my needs and realization of those needs. I don't know what the situation is or why these systems are doing so, but I have completely mentioned it and let it be known. So this is what I'm going to tell you right now. I don't worry about any of that stuff. So these next videos will be the ending. So I'm doing the latest videos first that I'm posting, and each one will be posted each day, at least one a day is what I'm going to try, or every other day. Just depends on how long it takes me to upload the video and how long it takes the system to upload it into being able to post it on, to get it into a video and then to upload it to YouTube so that it can post, and make sure it's set up and put with the credentials that it needs to have on it. The next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to post the videos in an order. So that's why I'm doing the latest last. So I'm doing the latest last, and that's what's so great about this, is I'm doing the latest of these videos that will be in the last form of them, where these next videos are the healing videos, a manifesting explanation of how I do it in my life and what it will be, and I sum it up just a little bit, and then it goes into a new form of life, and the next of how you can do it too, and then how to focus and how to think it and how to feel it. And then the next thing is you bless it into being, and then I talk about all of that in these next two videos that we'll post after this one. And this is the last recording to sum up all of the things I just told you. After that, then it will go to chapter 13 or whatever I did there, and then 12, 11, all the way up to 1, and then the overview chapter and introduction, and then the acknowledgments and all of the stuff that and the title page or the cover, book cover and backup cover and all the other stuff I decided to do with that. Now, some of these recordings are like 4 hours to 5 hours. I think the longest is 5 hours, something like that. And so yes, these are going to be long slideshow recordings, and all of these will be slideshow of things that I chose to put in with that chapter or explanation of that chapter. So a whole bunch of photos and things, no videos with the chapters. It will just be a slideshow and hearing my recording of it, of what I was reading, and a commentary of that chapter, so that you know what I'm really about now and what my beliefs are. Now eventually I want to take all of those recordings and all those information and turn them into a new form book, or to redo the book that I've had and correct them with what I said in my commentary. I want to correct them and get someone to do that. But that will be when I have the funds manifested and created to do that, if I decide to. So even if I get the funds and things, I don't know if I'll do that or not. I think I probably will, just so that I have a copy for me. And then if I hear that people want it, there will be forms of the actual book out there. I'll probably do a new form so that people know that this is what I'm about now, because I'll have the means to do that so that I have my full story told. But we may not even need to do that, because in the future world will be here and all that knowledge will already be known, and it won't even really matter. So that's my feeling on that too. There's many hopes that I have that I know are meant to be. So just so you know, the future stuff that you're about to see posted are the later chapters. So wait until the first chapter gets posted. So it's going to be like a week or 2 weeks, depending on how long it takes me to get these uploaded and put together, because I got to put them together in their slideshow connection. And so I'll get them all connected. They'll all be done, and it's going to be a great show, or a great explanation of things. I'm going to do one more video that will be the most updated video that explains all the chapters coming in. That will be after this one, but it will be the first video starting it. So there you go. Now this recording I'm going to make 40 minutes. Now the reason why I'm making it 40 minutes is because I feel like I need to, because I went a little bit over on the 33-minute mark. But I wanted to let you be aware that this video recording will be still a slideshow one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. This is what's going to be cool. I'm going to take this and I'm going to make it something amazing. You're going to see a form of awesomeness that you may not have ever seen before. But what I'm going to do is, it's my way of doing stuff that I can. Maybe to some people won't be awesome. I'm just trying to be ironic. I'm trying to joke around here. But what I'm going to do is, you're going to see a video that will introduce and thank the publishers and those that are, well, I self-published it, but I went through Get Lost and Bravante and all of them. Cindy at Bravante was my first helper with it, but I got drawn to this from being inspired while I was sitting in my car to go down the road from me at a law office and talk to a receptionist, or talk to a lawyer, then talk to me. Said, you didn't get this from me, you got this from me, go take it. And so I went and did that on the website, followed it, and made my own book. Felt I needed to for my heart, and I did that because it mattered, and I did this to be more motivational. And yes, it's going to be weird and strange, but it's my feeling and story that needed to be told, and I wanted people to know it. They let me, I was told to do it, I followed what I felt, now I felt that I needed to redo it like I knew I would, and like the higher form knew I probably would. And so regardless, there's so many different possibilities, and I think this was the main purpose of possibility that they figured would probably happen if my family and others chose not to meditate with me. This is the direction that it went, that would be okay. I was told no matter what happens, even if your family or others choose not to meditate with you in the way that you want to, this other will happen for you. And you'll figure stuff out by the end of 2019, and then you'll know exactly what has been going on, or some of what has been going on, and then you'll know what to do from there. So now I know what I was supposed to do. I followed that path. I followed my heart, and that's what I do. I follow my heart now. I don't worry about what has happened. Yes, it is hard because I want relationships in my life within the pattern that I've hoped for, but I realize I can't be what my family wants me to be. I can only be what I feel I can be first, so that I can manifest and heal me, so that I can be able to be what they need me to be in their life. But it doesn't mean I'm going to be able to be what they exactly hope me to be for their religion or belief system, because I'm doing what I know is right for me based on what I've learned. And it doesn't mean I hate them for following their belief system of choice. That's their decision. Eventually we're all going to be hugging and apologizing to each other for not understanding or able to understand each other like I really wanted to, and like I know they probably want to, but just in an approach that they were having struggles doing themselves. And that's okay. We all are stressed. We all have situations in our life that are holding us back. Jobs or different things, or health issues like me, and certain situations that are different, and everybody has different judgments about how everybody can do better. I think we need to follow what we feel is right for us and respect what others have noticed helped them, and maybe trust some of the insight that I have, because I've done a lot of research on health and food, and anybody I've talked to that does it has noticed the change, and they doubted it too. And so everybody knows that does this in the way that I and others do it in, that it does help. That means become dairy-free, meat-free, organic vegan form, superfood of super fruits and super whatever that give you the proteins and the needs that you still need that you don't get from not having meat. But it's basically going the way that Daniel in the Bible said to go, and others have pushed it away and ignored it. And which is weird, because even other people tried to change the scriptures and alter what to eat and what not, but all the different scriptures and ancient texts all talk about this is the way to go. This is the healthiest form, because this is where we originated, and this is what would help our body more. And it's humane. It's not harming other species that have eyeballs like us, that are that. Now plants and stuff are still creatures. That's why you bless it and you love it and you culture it. But the plants were made for others to partake of it and eat of it. Most plants, the fruits and stuff, want to. The others may not want as much, and any that doesn't, they make something to protect them from being eaten or hurt, so they can survive themselves. So those are plants and things that have become more aware of itself and don't want others to partake of it. And so it has certain chemicals and things to stop anybody eating it. So those are forms of plant life or whatever that are not for our partaking, but it might be for other species to partake of it that need those chemicals that are on this planet. So there are plant life that is grown here that are for other species that are among us that we don't know that are among us. And that's why those chemicals exist in those plants. And some of them were genetically made for that purpose, or to mess with us here. So I don't know which, but it could be both. Again, I don't say that one thing is or isn't. I just say that both is possible so that we can plan to be aware of everything rather than not be prepared. I had to deal with a lot of preparation growing up, with bones being broken and all sorts of stuff. But anyway, it looks like I went over a little bit of the 3 minutes. But I wanted to mention that I learned a lot, and I care about my family, and I bless them, and I care about everybody, and I bless them. And we can meditate, and so these new videos, or these videos I just did, you'll be able to learn how I do it. And this is just one way. We can kind of tailor it towards your own way. I have a more simpler way to do it. This is just to get you in the mode of it. Then you just say, it already is now, it's now. And you do that for 3 minutes with each other, believing after you feel that cry, feeling that love, where you feel genuinely about it and you're not fake about it, you really feel it, and that's when it will work. If you're fake, it won't work as strong, but it doesn't mean it won't work. You can still make it work until you believe it. But once you get to that crying state of complete compassion and feeling for all, that you just want them healed, you just want them okay, you just want them loved, you just want them to be less stressful, less hurt, less controlled, and that's going to be up to the healing of acceptance of them releasing that pain, and them releasing it, and you releasing your own pain and feeling. And then when you do that, you're free. And if you don't believe the other can, then that's not the right approach. We gotta have belief that everybody is healed and that we've healed it. And the more organic forms of high vibrational foods you're eating while you're doing this, it helps it, makes it stronger. But if you're not, you can still do it. It's just be aware that the chemicals could be why you're having the problems you're having, the controls. But don't be too overly upset about that. Find out your own truth for yourself. Do your own focus on what you feel is right. If you still think it's okay, then that's fine. No judgment here. Just do what you feel is right. If you can still be compassionate and loving, then be compassionate, loving, and unconditional for this. And that's what this focus is. It's unconditional. It's not expectations of people to have belief in a certain religion or anything. It's just to heal. It's a focus to heal. Because anybody can through this thought focus and belief that you're worthy and everybody's worthy in the circle. If you don't have that belief, then it won't work. And it's not necessarily a circle, but that's kind of how some people usually do it in different religion teaching. You don't have to do a circle. You don't even have to hold hands. You just sit there or sing Kumbaya. No, unless you want to. It's very simple. You don't need candles. You don't need stones. You don't need anything. You just come together and you have belief. So you're going to listen to that, and then you just do it for 3 minutes or as much time as you all want to do it and are able to, and then just to make it happen. Then when you have time again, to do it again, you do it again until it's already occurred. So make sure you're doing it in the time so you're all okay with doing it in, and that you can do it in that time. Don't think that you're going to have surgery or other things to correct it if it doesn't work. That doesn't help. That's not how this works. It's judgments aside, it's belief that it will work. Then after it's done, then you come back and do it over and over and over again until it does. If needed. Usually you're not needed to do that. Especially when you have 3 or more people, it gets done within an hour or 2 at least. Even if you're not experts. If you have that belief and you got to that form of recognition and you've done all the peaceful awareness of how to do it, many people will start to cry, they'll feel amazing. And usually people will feel amazing and they'll do it, and then some will feel like it still didn't fully work. So you just do it again. You just keep doing it, and it's free. You do it every time until it's really happened. Now, if you don't feel like it's something you want to do again, then you've chosen to not be part of the healing for the individual that wants the healing to be done. And that's fine. I'm not saying this to make you feel guilty of it. You're just knowing that this isn't something that works for your focused belief of choice. And so you have a conditional belief that you feel is needed to be upheld, and that's why they're not there as part of it. That's why it's good to have someone that you can do this with all the time, that knows and unconditionally loves you equally. That's why before doing this, it's good to get to the point where you know that it is important enough to make it work. And you might as well try something. The most people that usually want to do these kind of techniques are people that are in so much pain that they've tried everything else, and then they learned what has been helping them, like I have, and they know that it works and it will work if they get someone that is just like them that will do it with them. And for me, it's someone that will do it in the way that I feel is needed for me individually, but I'm also willing to do whatever is needed for another individual in their individual way of doing it, and as long as I physically feel okay doing it. And as long as they're not trying to push me into doing it for any alternative motives to get me to do what they think would help me. And sometimes you got to put aside judgments of what you think is good for others and let others do what they notice is needed for them for a healthy pattern. And this is a healthy pattern. This isn't a non-healthy pattern. This is an energy focused healing. This isn't saying let's go smoke a drink and that will heal our pains. No, this is not dulling your pains. This is actually healing your pains. Now there are practices where some people think doing sage and smoking sage and stuff protects your space and stuff, but I've noticed when I've used it, and others have, some of us, it restricts our throat and messes with us because we're already high vibrational already. We don't need that. So what we need is to unrestrict ourselves, do natural high vibrational foods and nutritional things that really heal us, because we are really higher intuitive individuals that have awoken to a degree, but we still are putting barriers on what we think can and can't happen. So anyway, so I'm going to try to keep this it's going to be under 50 minutes. It's not going to be 50 minutes at all, really. I wanted to let you be aware that my heart goes out to all of you. But as you can see, I'm going to post mostly through this video, you're going to see the golden rule is the only rule. I decided I'll put it mostly throughout this, because this is the focus. If you read all of those things, it goes into that direction. So the next videos you'll see will be about that healing practice of how I focus on what my desired life is. But it's not the full desired life that I see my life as. It's just kind of a summary of it, just a little bit of a intro or information about it, of how it will be received and in what way. And it doesn't have to be received in that way. It can happen in any other way. This may actually be 50 minutes. But the other thing is, I also wanted you to be aware that the next videos are just the end of after reading all the chapters. So I'm posting it backwards so that I can link all of the chapters and information up. Now I'm going to do a new video that will be the first video, and that will be the most latest after this. But it's not going to be after this. It's going to be the first video you see of the connection that starts off for the book. And then that will be the book recording startup for all chapters. So I'll say first recording for all book chapters 1 through 13, and then it will be the first one that connects with everything, and then that one will be the latest, and it will be a video. I'm going to do a video for that. And so these other videos I'm going to post after I've saved them and did what I needed to. Then I'm going to do a new video later or other things. But yeah, that's what that will be. So I thank you for your time. I bless you that your life has already happened, already done, already done. Now. You'll learn what I'm talking about there. That is a phrase that the non-medicine hospital type of phrasing says, but that's translated in English in a way, based on what Brett Braden has mentioned about the healing. Oh, and I went a little bit over 50 minutes, so I just wanted to mention that I care about you, I love you, I bless you. Just know that regardless of my flaws or your flaws or going over something, this information is from my heart to yours. So forgive me and forgive yourself for any impatientness or slowness that I've done or that you felt. We are all each other, and when I'm healed and fully healed, I won't be speaking as much as I have. It'll be a lot easier to understand, because I've already have what I require, and it's going to be amazingly brought up. Simple, you're going to see it, it's going to be believable, because I'll have the means to show it to you easier, and I'll be able to help the world more. And so can you too right now. If you meditate and do those things with me, you'll be blessed. If you choose not to, do it on your own, and I'll do some videos later. Thank you for those that see this whenever you see this. It doesn't matter if you see this in the future, a long time after it's been done, even if I'm not around anymore. If you still see it, you can bless things into being even then. And you can remember my teaching of explanation, look up other people's information, and just look at things with your heart. Follow your heart. That's what I tell you. Follow your heart. Do what you feel is right. Do what you feel is important. Make sure everything you do is authentic and genuine. Authenticity is like the best word phrase I've ever heard. And I learned this back in December 2019. I never really thought about it in the way that it was represented to me. And it really helped me become the real me, and to be fully who I've always been. I just needed to open that up and become the real me, and to go the direction I chose, so that I can do the right thing rather than being controlled to do the right thing. And I realized what really matters and what really is important, and that there's less judgment when you start doing things from the heart. And there's more freedom to do things than we've been told in any society or religion. It's what you feel is right for you to do. And so I bless you, I thank you, and I appreciate you. Let's do this. So here we go. These videos are just new videos that are videos I'm posting that were before this recording, to introduce them, and then to introduce that how this structure is going to be set up. So this will be the first one you see, will be the last one you see in this lineup connection, but it's also going to be the one I post, because to introduce, because some people will watch this first or listen to it first, and they need to listen to it first because it will be telling them, and they don't need to really, even if they don't, great, fine. It will go to those other videos, and then it will go backwards. You'll see 13 posts. You'll see 12 posts, so you don't need to listen to those until I get number 1 posted, unless you want to read those chapters out of order. That's up to you. But once you get to the original, I will have a new video that I will put at that time that will be after this one and all of them, that will tell you about my book, and thanking and appreciating those who have helped with it to the best of my ability. The acknowledgments and appreciations to my friends and family that had belief in me. I'm doing that now as well. And so there you go. So before further ado, I do want to thank Chris at Jet Launch. I do want to thank Cindy and others for all that they've done. And I do that in this last video, and I'll do it in the first video for the introduction of all these chapters. I want to thank them for them helping me make this happen, so that I can let people be aware of my experience and my heart. And then because of that journey, it helped me get to where I am now, to follow where I need to go. And I'm not afraid of what happens. I am concerned at times, and that's why I want to meditate and find people to meditate with. My phone number for anybody that wants to contact me, just know I record everything for my safety, but I don't share it with anybody necessarily unless I feel I have to for legal purposes or other reasons if that occurs. But I don't want to do that. I don't believe in doing that. I'm a peacemaker. I care about people. I do it because of there's game stalkers and others that have messed with me, or different individuals that have chosen to personally try to mess with me because they misinterpreted the type of person I am, or they've been told or paid to by someone who also did it to mess with me or to figure out the real me, or to stop me from destroying something that I'm not trying to destroy anything. I want everybody to have their dream life and life, even if it's different than my own, but we all need to be free to be who we are, and we need to be free to be free from any systems of slavery. So I care and I have belief, and I say you can all manifest and think positive. We want a peaceful earth, we want a peaceful universe, and that's what I focus and think and feel and stand by. I have that freedom where I'm at. Some people don't, and I'm not gonna say what they or shouldn't do. That's gonna be up to their laws and choices in their countries and places they are. So I want you to do what's right for you, and I'm doing what I feel is right for me and my future lifetimes. So understand this. We're gonna stand together and do what we feel is right, but as we do unto others, we do it to ourselves. And that's why I speak out on this. So here's that different lists that you can see about that. And I want to thank you all, and I have belief in you all with all my heart. So just know this: you are your desired life. It's already happened. It's already happened. It's already happened. It's already done. It's already done. It's already done. Now. Bless you and have fun. And thank you for reading and at least listening to most of these videos, or at least this one. I appreciate your time. I do love and appreciate my mom and family and others. I do appreciate all of us, and I'm so grateful. Let's get this done. Let's do this, and let's be the best of what we all are. We're all important, but we all matter, and we're all amazing. So you are amazing. You're wonderful. You are your desired life. Now.